Let's reflect today, marking the launch of the Royal British Legion Poppy Appeal, the group with the first plastic-free poppy ahead of this year's Remembrance commemorations.
The public will be able to buy this new version from thousands of volunteers across the UK or from major supermarkets from today as a mark of respect to the armed forces.
Let's get more with our Northwest reporter Sophie Reaper, because of course, Sophie, we reflect it's not just remembering the fallen, it's actually to help those who are still serving or have just finished serving, as we just heard.
Absolutely. It's a very special day. It always is every year, the launch of the Poppy Appeal, where people now don their poppies on their lapels until Remembrance Sunday later on in November. Of course, as you say, it's not just about remembrance, though. It is about raising funds to support our current veterans and their families. A little bit earlier on, I spoke with the manager of the Poppy Appeal, who told me exactly why wearing the poppy and the Poppy Appeal is still so important.
Because service is still important, remembrance is still important. The Royal British Legion are the custodians of remembrance for the country and all the communities in which we serve. And the ability for people to go out and remember by wearing the poppy, by buying wreaths, by buying crosses for graves, that sort of stuff, remembers the legacy of those people that have served in the past. That money could be everything from buying a bag of rice, providing a grant for somebody to go and buy food, to putting in wheelchair lifts, ramps at houses, providing assisted housing and everything in between, really. We could find that somebody phones up that requests something we've never ever dealt with, but the Royal British Legion provides the funds to be able people to do that. Absolutely everything. Cost of living grants, heat, light, mobile phones, so people can talk to families if they're isolated. If you can imagine what welfare people need, it's everything.
And I don't think you can say it any fairer than that. The poppy is still so incredibly important. Now, interestingly, for the first time in 28 years, the poppy has had a little bit of a makeover. Now, in this hand, you can see I'm holding what our viewers may see as the traditional poppy, so classic red petal, green leaf at the back, but it's got this green plastic stem. Now, this year, instead of that, I'll just swap that over, instead we've now moved to this poppy, which looks effectively the same. You've still got the green leaf, the red petals on the side there, but instead of having that green plastic stem at the back, instead it's a green paper stem, and that is because now the Royal British Legion has moved to the poppy being 100% paper. Now, the reason for that is so that instead of it being non-recyclable and in people having to take it to special facilities in order to recycle it, now people, when they buy this new 100% paper poppy, they will now be able to recycle it at home, and then the next year they'll be able to buy it once again, and we are still then able to support the Royal British Legion with the Poppy Appeal, but whilst also being environmentally conscious, because of course this is something the Royal British Legion are now considering, is sustainability. People with concerns over that, buying that plastic poppy which is non-recyclable. Now instead, people will be able to buy from today, they'll be able to buy this 100% paper poppy and support the Royal British Legion's Poppy Appeal.
And have you been able to establish, Sophie, how robust it is, bearing in mind it is paper now? Will it last the course?
Well, the weather's actually quite nice here in Liverpool now, but earlier on this morning it was pretty horrendous, and I can say that it did stand the weather. So I'm sure a lot of people at home who are used to British weather may be thinking that it might not stand up to the test, but I can confirm that I had this on this morning and it did last. So people need not worry about that. And if they are worried about that, I have my trusty metal pin that I have on my lapel, which often when we're out and about reporting, that is a consideration. So I like to stick to my metal pin, which no matter what the weather, you'll be fine with that.
Yeah.
Does it also mean, Sophie, that when you buy your poppies this year, you will not be able to buy a plastic version? Because we've had a couple of viewers email us saying that they've just bought their poppies and they still think they're the old ones.
So what the Royal British Legion have said, that's a really good question. They've said that, of course, these things take time, and what they're not saying, if you see a plastic poppy, don't buy it. In fact, they're saying the opposite of that, because what they want to do over the coming years, while they usher in this new age of a 100% plastic-free poppy, they want people to use up the existing poppies that do contain plastic. Of course, you can take them to those special facilities to recycle them if you have already purchased your plastic one. But moving forward, as the years roll on, we will see that there will be less and less plastic, and instead we'll move to 100% paper instead.
Gotcha. Lovely. Thank you for updating us there in Liverpool, and a tale of two poppies. Thank you very much indeed.
A knitted poppy. So
Right.
I give money every year.
Yeah. I was confused because we
A
had
friend
this...
knitted me this. Isn't it beautiful?
And that's environmentally friendly as well, because you have got a steel pin in the back. Well, that's recyclable, of course. But I was confused because this was left here, which is still a plastic one, which I was asking you, are they still doing? So obviously they are, until those stocks are used through. So don't panic if you're given a plastic poppy. Still wear it with pride.
But keep your eye out for those 100% paper ones.
Yeah.